Hello, beloved. This is Belinda Pearl, and welcome to this weekly Oracular Divination Consciousness Healing Session. Today is a new moon in Libra, and Libra always shares with us this idea of being in balance, equilibrium. You'll hear that all over the internet and social media. It's also about our relationship with ourselves and the relationship with the other. How do we be in balance, harmony with the other? But firstly, if we think about it, the relationship that we need to be in harmony with is within ourselves first. In order when we can be in harmony with ourselves, we can be in harmony with the other. It's like self-love first is what is highly important in order for us to really step into our absolute truth. So are we ready to step into our absolute truth? Now, the new moon, from a Vedic perspective, is in Virgo. Virgo likes to really have things like listed out, structured. Virgo is also typically the healer. It's also this divine feminine archetype. Today we start to celebrate the 9 nights of Durga, Navratri. This is a powerful time for your own spiritual evolution, to celebrate God, Goddess within inside of you, but that's strength, that invincible strength. It doesn't matter what shows up on your path, your ability to stand in your courage and see it for the truth, for what it really is. Sometimes we don't want to see the truth. We want to plaster it over with ideas. Those ideas maybe will be fine for a while, but then we start to kind of like a wound that gets kind of, old and, I don't know, oozy. It starts to ooze out around the edges, and we try to cover it up again, but all it starts doing is oozing more. It doesn't matter how many layers we put on it, that wants to come out and wants to show you what it is. So we can disregard things in our life, but it is a time also of truth, bringing truth out. We can't hide behind the shadows anymore. We need to bring the shadows out and see what they are fully in the light. And that way we can absolutely start to stand within the light. Sometimes the message is served in a way that maybe we're not ready to hear it, but we asked to hear it. But maybe our ego is quite not ready for it. But know that the messages that we receive today, receive this week, receive most times, especially from a spiritual perspective, that is for your highest good, is really for your highest good, to lead you into the light. And I feel like sometimes we are on a battlefield. If we look out into the world, it seems like a battlefield. Things are flying at us. Which way do we turn? Are we going to run and hide? Or are we going to join into the battlefield ourselves? Or are we going to find a place where we can start to become a luminous light being, to really start to shift the change? So the battlefield goes from battlefield to maybe a meadow, a field of love and laughter and joy and flowers and butterflies and bees and all those good things. But we need to see clearly. We need to take our glasses off and clean our lenses so we can see clearly into the world. This is the truth that's really coming forward. This is the strategy that's supporting us. But we're in the space of infinite possibility. A few weeks ago, I was given this idea, or these words, faith is stronger than fear. And I kept trying to see, like, is this true? Like, figure it out. And I kept seeing that every time I was trying to follow the fear part of it, all I could see is like fear, like compounding on itself. You get anxiety and you just get tighter and tighter, more stressed out. And in that tightness, eventually all things like perish. There's no light, there's no life opportunity for life to flow through it. But then if you put something into faith, it's infinite possibilities. It's opening the door to more light coming in, more light shining upon you. There's no limitation to it. It's boundless. It's like you sprinkle seeds in the garden, you give it water and light and a place to grow, and it grows in that, and you have no idea, more of those seeds can sprinkle out into the world. And talk about seeds, this is this new moon, so it's time for sprinkling new seeds. How do you want to harvest that relationship with yourself so you can stand in your ultimate power? Not the power that you think that you are in this moment. What is your ultimate power? Sometimes we're just so grayed over by the problems and the challenges of life. So let us see how the Oracle can actually help us see forward, give us the opportunity. And this is a Ascended Master deck, and I have prayed over it so that these Ascended Masters are beings that show up of the Most High, and that their messages are really touched by that which is the Most High. Yesterday there was these words that kept coming through. It's in divine countenance. I had to look it up just to really understand what it is. And in fact, it comes from an ancient prayer, that being in the face of God. And I feel like we're standing in that place, like we're being told to strip down naked, to see that truth about ourselves. Not to stand back into the shadows and quiver in fear. The light that we're looking for inspiration is right within us, right next to us, waiting for you to really open your mind to receive it. Sometimes we need to actually take out the silver and polish it to see its brightness. It's a chore to do so. It's a chore to live in this world. But we can live in this world far easier, with far more grace. That it doesn't have to be a battlefield. That we don't have to feel challenged at every turn. But you know what? Things always happen for a reason, because our soul has chosen this path. So let us take a deep breath in. And breathe all the air out. And let us see what guidance is really offering us today. And like this, it says, listen. Manjushri. It's like this being, this Buddhist being. Like being in the state of divine awareness. And when we're in the state of divine awareness, it's like we are given this ability to really tune in and tap into that which is source, that which is divine. And it's part of our being here too. Our ability to listen to the small, still voice within, the one that speaks between all the worries and the other thoughts. It's the one that we don't really listen to because it whispers, because it's waiting for you to listen, to really listen true. And this message is not just for me, it's for you. This message is for all. We're always so also reactive. The things that we hear, we try to turn them in a different way. Maybe it's about listening deeper between the lines, seeing the truth, allowing that truth to be unveiled. We're moving in a time where all the planets are in retrograde. So this first part of October is going to feel like the battlefield. And then we're going to come to a turning point where the planets start to shift direction again. And you're going to feel that energy shifting direction. But Jupiter being in retrograde is actually a really powerful time for us to really look deeply, to see how we can expand our possibilities. And we're just trailing off this time when the veil between our loved ones was very thin. And their voices could be heard. It's not us going to listen, go out and ask them to come in for tea. They come to us and share their tea with us. So it's about that listening. Invitation. I'm here. This is divine words. I am here. And allowing the divinity to come too. We don't have to go out of ourselves. Be more receptive. Maybe that's the two in the listening. Be more receptive to receive. So I'm going to end with that. Be more receptive to receive. May you find balance and harmony in this world, inside your heart, inside your mind, inside your being, and parts of all life. And so from my heart to yours, may you be beautifully blessed and have an absolutely beautiful day. Namaste.